about to leave. Already packing, come with me. I'm not really asking. We'll get away to a place where we don't know.
Hello everybody, welcome to my channel. Today we're going to do a date night makeup without using eyeshadow at all. To prep the skin, I'm using my Caudalie Beauty Elixir. This is actually a toner, but it smells fantastic and it really just somehow gets me in the mood for makeup. So I've been using it in every single video. So next, I'm showing you foundations and primer, but I'm actually putting on my Caliray So Blown Primer first. You'll see me do that in this step here. I did forget about it, but I caught myself before I applied my foundation. So for foundation, I did mix two different foundations together. They're the Anastasia Beverly Hills Luminous Foundation in 300C, and because it was way too dark for my skin, I mixed it with the Revlon Colorstay Longwear 24-Hour Normal Dry foundation in the shade 150 Buff. So I did get this foundation on purpose to kind of cool down and lighten any foundations that are way too dark for me. I do have foundations that are darker because I am a summer girl, I tan, and I need those darker foundations to blend into my skin. And I have recently, probably in the last like 5 videos, I've switched from my brush back to my sponge. I am obsessed with how my skin looks and feels using a damp makeup sponge, and I have been debating whether or not to get an actual beauty blender sponge. I've never had one in my life. I only use the Real Techniques one because of the price point. You can get like 4 on Amazon for $15, but I have been told that beauty blender is amazing. So next is concealer. I am using my Kosas Creamy Revealer Concealer in 04N. Again, using the sponge to blend it out. I put a little bit underneath the eye. I bring some up on my lid to hide the veins and any discoloration so I can prep my eyes for powder. I usually do this step in preparation for eyeshadow, but I always just, it's probably habit now, and that's why I did it today. So now I'm going in with my Glow highlighter type product. This is the Charlotte Tilbury Hollywood Flawless Filter in 4.0 medium. And I was planning on putting this underneath my foundation for that added glow, and I forgot, so I just added on top of the foundation. And honestly, the instructions for the product, you can add it underneath, on top, mix it into your foundation. It doesn't matter, but it does come with a wand, so it's sometimes easier just to apply it on top. To set everything down, my powder is the Huda Beauty Easy Bake and Snatch Pressed Brightening and Setting Powder in the shade Pound Cake. In my recent Sephora haul, I actually picked up the loose powder because Ali Gleans swears by that, so I really wanted to try the loose. I've never had Huda Beauty, and I've had so many different brands of powder, setting powder, loose and baked, and I just really wanted to try it. So I'll try that in my next makeup video on Date Night Friday. So I really do like the pressed powder though, because it picks up minimal product and you can just swipe it all over your face. It gives a natural glow and just gets enough product on your brush to set your makeup without being overdone. That's probably one of the worst things I could do, is overset, use too much powder, and then my face looks cakey and gross. So for eyebrows, I'm using a sample size here, but I am using my Anastasia Beverly Hills Brow Whiz in the shade Medium Brown. And I like to kind of carve out the shape of my brow and fill in any sparse hairs with this pencil. So I do spend a little bit of time, but overall the process takes maybe a minute tops. And I just like to not really change the shape of my brow. Like, I don't make it look abnormally different, but I do like to darken it a little bit and fill in the sparseness. So over top that, I do use my Benefit Brow Gel. And again, I don't really have super bushy eyebrows, so I don't really need necessarily brow gel to hold everything in place, but it does look good. So I like to shape my brows. I will brush them up and out so that the hairs are going the same way as the little strokes of my pencil, and it just makes everything look a little bit more natural. And normally I do not show this part on film. I usually just skip over it because it sometimes seems so tedious, but there are different brow methods that I use depending on the look. Again, sometimes I use the Anastasia Beverly Hills Brow Wax. I've also got I can't remember the name of the product, but it's kind of like a gel, but it's more of a powder, but it's a full color and makes your brows really, really impactful compared to the look I'm using today. And then there's also, I have the Urban Decay liquid brow, so it kind of gives really fine strokes as well. And then sometimes I'll actually brush my brow hairs down and fill in the line on the top. I think I did that in the next video, so if you want to see that process, keep watching for next week. So for bronzer, as the weather is starting to heat up, we are in April now, I am starting to get back into bronzers as opposed to just contours. This is the Too Faced Natural Lust Satin Bronzer. I like this one. I actually picked this up from Winners, actually. But I like this one because it's not too dark and it just gives a beautiful glow without, without being that really dark in your face bronze glow. For blush, I'm using my Too Faced Natural Face Palette. Again, I'm going into these palettes that are really old, and I just really, I have all of this makeup, and I keep forgetting how good some of these palettes are. So I do like to dip into them now and then, not just using up my makeup, but just, kind of shopping my stash, seeing what older products that I have. And it is fun buying new makeup, of course, and using new products, but I really enjoy, like, I always keep on hand makeup that I love. So sometimes I'll, I think it's twice a year, once a year, I'll go through my makeup, get rid of things I'm no longer loving, no longer feeling, but I'll always keep the ones that are true, like true loves of my heart. So here I am lining my waterline. So this is the top waterline as well as the bottom. This is an eyeliner from Avon. It's the Avon Glimmer Sticks Waterproof Glimmer Stick, I believe is what I said, in Blackest Night. So for some reason it didn't apply that well. Normally I don't have an issue, so perhaps it's getting old or maybe I'm running out. But I kind of go over my waterline a lot. And before I never really used to have that issue. So I do a lot on the bottom to kind of get the product, it pushes out. It's hard to explain, but it pushes out towards the bottom lashes, and you can either blow that out with shadow and use it to blend to make your lash line look darker. I use a different technique in this video, which you're going to see here shortly, and which is something that's you have to be really, really careful with, and I'll explain why when we get to that part. Okay, here we go. So I'm using my Too Faced Better Than Sex Black Liquid Liner to basically, there's a couple of purposes why I do this. So I'm drawing a black line. Obviously, it's a black eyeliner. I'm drawing it above the lashes here. Number one, it helps my lashes stick to my eye. So this is waterproof. It's a waterproof formulation. A lot of times, if you apply lashes without putting liner on first, they'll just fall right off. The glue doesn't stick because your eyelids are oily. Whether you have dry skin or not, your eyelids are usually the oiliest part of your face. So this helps the lashes to stick better with the glue, and it also helps to make your lash line appear darker and thicker and fuller. So it makes your lashes look darker and thicker and fuller. So I've put on some mascara. I go into the lashes. The mascara was the L'Oreal Telescopic Lift. Lashes are Cala Lash 3D Full Mink lashes. The lip product I'm using right now is the Makeup by Mario Moisturizing Plumping Lip Serum in Pink Glow. And for the liner, it is the Morphe lip liner in Love Bite. And then I'm not sure if I use a highlighter in the video. I know this video ends really, really super quick. I do. It's Mary Lou by the Balm. So I really like this look. Like, I like having a glossy lip without having a full-on lipstick. So this is more of a lip, not really a stain, but just more of a really see-through lip color. So it lets your natural color shine through. And I like this natural look, but I love having my eyes pop. So I'm pretty sure, oh yes, here you'll see the technique I used. So I'm taking liquid liner on the bottom lash line between the lashes to make them look fuller. You have to be so careful here, because if you get any of this liquid liner in your eye, it will just cloud all over your eye and make your eye look like black. Like, it looks really scary. So try not to do that. I wouldn't recommend this to everybody. If you know how to use makeup, then perhaps, but be really careful here. And if it does happen to you and you get liquid liner in your eye, take a Q-tip and just wipe it out really, really, really gently. And just kind of let it absorb onto the cotton, but don't press in your eye at all, because like I said, it just gets right up in there. So I think we're getting close to the end here, but as you can see, I'm adding some highlighter onto the high points of my face, and I love adding it to my nose, my chin, my cupid's bow, and my top of my cheekbones, and then between my brows sometimes. So thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate that you took the time out of your day to watch today's video. I know it was short, quick, and sweet with no shadow, but sometimes I love these looks. I think they're just gorgeous and they're really quick. So please be sure to subscribe, click on the bell button, and give the video a thumbs up. And I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.
Already packing, come with me. I'm not really asking. We'll get away to a place where we don't know.